Hello, my dear J2024 warriors. Gearing up for the last leg before we say the final bye-bye and you enter your dream college. So this is the VITEEE 2024 Physics plus English session. So earlier I had just planned for physics. I know the thumbnail might say physics, but I've added English questions also because a lot of you also messaged me personally on my Telegram saying that, sir, we want English as well. Okay, fine, there we go. So we will have English also today. Good morning, everyone. All the lucky students out here who are a part of this particular channel. I say lucky because you have each and every kind of session planned for you. Be it JEE Mains, be it VITEEE EEE, be it EAP SAT, be it your SRM which happened just few days back. Obviously, there is JEE Advanced which is going to be planned for all of you very shortly. Okay, so stay tuned on the channel. Make sure you have hit the subscribe button, and if you're new to the channel, make sure that you're following the daily ritual that you have to smash the like button. Yes, that's how you mark your attendance. That's how you show your support. This is the #1 channel in South India. #2, this is the only JEE English channel in entire of the country. So thank you so much, my dear warriors. So let's get going. Let's get going. Okay, chalo, let's get started, my dear warriors. Let's get started, my dear warriors. Ready for this? Yes. Will there be class till 30? What do you mean by that, Kavyashni? 30th April? Yes, so we are going to continue even till 30th April, even 30th May, even till 2030 also, definitely. Okay, so let's begin with the questions, guys. Coming up with the physics questions first, then we'll go to English. So physics and English, remember, that's the flow of today's session. Here is the first question on your screen. Hello, Priya. Hello, Yashwant. Hello, my dear warriors. All right, Ruchir, I will definitely look into your messages as well. Yes. Okay. Yeah. What is this answer? An inductor has 40 joules of energy stored in it for a current of 2 amperes. Then find the voltage difference across it if the current changes at 0.25 amperes per second. So what do we do in this particular question? Clearly, energy is stored in the inductor for a current of 2 amperes. The energy stored is given by the formula half Li square. Energy stored is 40. Inductance is not known. Current is basically 2. So 2 cancels. 1 2 remains. So 40 divided by 2 is L. So L will be nothing but 20 Henry. But that's not the end of it. The question is, what is the voltage across the inductor if the current changes at this rate? Remember, the induced EMF in the inductor magnitude wise is L times di by dt. Inductance we found from here is 20. Di by dt is nothing but 0.25, which is basically 1/4. 1/4 of 20 is nothing but 5 volts. So 5 volts should be the answer. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. B for Bombay, IT Bombay. How many of you said it? Very good, Sanjay. Yep. Definitely lucky. I know you are an advanced aspirant waiting for it to start. We'll be starting very soon. Trust me, guys, when I say that, we have to also do advanced, at the back of my mind, I'm also literally worried because there are so many entrance examinations. Just think about our condition. Also think about every student's condition also. I mean, it is not one single exam like NEET, medical aspirants have. You have VITEEE EEE, SRM, UGEE, which we are going to also have sessions for BITSAT, CUET, JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, MHT CET, KCET, COMED-K, WB, JEE, EAP SAT, Telangana, EAP SAT, Andhra Pradesh. My God, so many exams. So guys, we are literally trying our best to do as many sessions as possible for each and every category, but obviously we are more concentrated on those exams which our students give. If there are not many students for a particular exam, like for example WBJE, not many students from our channel give it, so that's the reason why we are not doing sessions for that. But advanced obviously will be doing. Okay, so that is an unsaid rule. Okay, cool. A 60 kg body is pushed horizontally with a just enough force to start it moving across the floor, and the same force continues to act afterwards. The coefficient of static friction and sliding friction are this. The acceleration of the body is how much? Yep. How do we do this? Come on. To just start it moving, how much force will you require? To just start it moving, how much force will you require? You will need Fs max force, correct? you will need Fs max force, and Fs max is mu s into n, and n is nothing but going to be mg. What is the static friction? 0.5. What is the mass? Which is 60. What is g? Which is basically 10. Correct? So 10 into 0.5 is 5. 5 6 are 30, and add one more 0. So 300 Newton is the value of the force. Now that 300 Newton will act forward. There will be a opposing force which is kinetic friction, and as a result of this, this body will have some acceleration. How much is this Fk? It will be mu k into mg. So mu k is 0.4, it is given. M is basically 60, g is basically 10. So 0.4 into 10 is 4, 4 6 are 24, and one more 0 from here, 240 Newton. So hence 300 Newton minus 240, because it is opposite, is mass, which is 60, into acceleration. That is what the equation of Newton's law would look like. 300 minus 240 is basically 60. So 60 is equal to 60A. Therefore, acceleration is 1 meters per second square. Where is that answer? Option A, I believe. Yes, it is A. Yes, it is A. No, it is not B. Some of you said B or some of you said D. No, it is option A. Vicky, if you want the physics formula sheet, I will tell you one thing. Just for everyone, guys, for all of you looking for formula sheet on the channel, just search for formula physics. Okay, just click on it, and there are many formula sessions. Do you see this one? See this particular thumbnail? This was an old video, so I made a new video this year. So just check this out. Formula revision session. It's got good views also. Okay, just go down into the description box. I think the description box should pop out here. Let me see. Yeah, it will pop out here. In that there is a link. Formula PDF. Do you see that? Formula revision PDF. Click on this. Okay. If you have a free Vedantu account, create it. Use it. Sorry. If you don't have, create it. It's absolutely free of cost. Enter your details. That's it. You will get the entire physics formula sheet. Handwritten notes by your Shreyas Sir. Handwritten notes by your Shreyas Sir. Okay. So that is available for all of you. Is that right? Chalo. Let's get going to the next one on your screen. What does it say? Two rods of different materials have coefficient of linear expansion alpha 1, alpha 2, Young's modulus y1, y2 fixed between two massive walls. The rods are heated such that they undergo same change of temperature without bending. That means it's a question on thermal stress. So question is, if alpha ratio is given, then the thermal stress developed in both the rods will be equal. If y1 is to y2 is how much? That's the question. The ratio of y1 is to y2 is asked. Remember, the thermal stress developed in any rods is y alpha delta t. As per the given question, thermal stress is same. Change in the temperature is also same, because the same change of temperature is also given. That means what? Y1 alpha 1 will be y2 alpha 2. Therefore, y1 by y2 will be alpha 2 by alpha 1. Alpha 2 by alpha 1 will be nothing but 3 by 2, because alpha 1 by alpha 2 is 2 by 3. So 3 by 2, which is Delhi, or D for right, Delhi. Yes, that's the correct one. Yep. I hope this is clear. I hope this is absolutely clear. Oh, by the way, a lot of students were asking, sir, is there a hack or cheat code for VITEEE? Do you want me to make a video for that? Hack and cheat codes for VITEEE and all these entrance examinations, be it MET, be it even SRM, all these exams, even WBJ, MST, CET, and even, all these exams, you will see that, they have certain hacks because they don't have negative marking. Plus the questions have to be solved very quickly and you can often guess the answers. Do you want me to make one? Okay, so I think I have already planned. I'm not sure whether it is live. Yes, let's see whether it is live. Yes, secret hacks and last minute score boosting strategy tonight at 7:30. So I will add hacks also, and I will also add cheat codes in this. Okay, right now it does not say cheat codes, but by the end I will also add cheat codes in it. Okay, so cheat codes for your VITEEE. But mind it, I might have to delete the video because I don't want many people to find this out. I hope you understand why. So I will make sure that the video is live for a very short duration, okay, just probably until your VITEEE EEE exam, and might have to delete it. So make sure you watch it, okay, and share it with your friends only. Don't share it with anybody else. All right, cool. So let's begin with the next question coming up on your screen. Okay. So just concentrate on the session Aniflex. Whatever score you are getting, now you have to boost it. You cannot sit and cry. You have to work on it. Even if you make 50 score to 70 score, that's a big deal. And it can happen in the last few days. And that is why I'm also going to give you some hacks and cheat codes. The total charge is this much. The force of repulsion is 1 Newton. And they are 2 meters apart. What is the charge distribution on both the spheres? That's the question. So what do we do? See, if I tell you that one sphere has Q1 charge and it is separated by how much meters? 2 meters, and the another sphere is Q2, and that charge will not be, I can assume it as Q2, but I can also say it is 5 into 10 to the power minus 5 minus Q1, this charge. Why? Because the total charge is this. So if this is Q1, this is 5 into 10 to the power minus 5 minus Q1. So these are the two charges. So the question is, what is the charges on both of them if the force experienced is 1 Newton? If the force experienced is 1 Newton, So F is nothing but K Q1 Q2 by R square. K is nothing but 9 into 10 to the power 9. Q is nothing but Q1. Another Q is nothing but 5 into 10 to the power minus 5 minus Q1. The whole thing divided by what? R. R is basically 2. So 2 square. If you want, you can put this 2 square over here. This will become 4 is equal to 9. Now I can do one thing. I can write Q1 also in terms of 10 to the power minus 5. I think that will be better. So I am interested in the value which gets multiplied by 10 to the power minus 5. So might as well write this as Q1 into 10 to the power minus 5. Same thing over here, Q1 into 10 to the power minus 5, because the order of the charges is 10 to the power minus 5. So what happens? 10 to the power minus 5 will come out common. It will make it 10 to the power 4, and you will have Q1 into 5 minus Q1. Now the best part is, guys, that once you basically get this, 9, 10 to the power 9, everything is fine over here, right? And even this will also have 10 to the power minus 5. So Q1 into 10 to the power minus 5. So actually minus 5 will make it minus 10. Minus 10 into plus 9. Minus 10 into plus 9 will make it 10 to the power minus 1. So this will become nothing but 40 divided by 9 is Q1 into 5 minus Q1. Q1 into 5 minus Q1. Now just check those numbers which will satisfy this relationship. You can directly substitute, don't have to solve the quadratic. You can just substitute the values and which satisfy this relationship. A lot of you are saying C option, very good. Yes. Muthu, definitely I'll be taking Bacha. Yes, BitSat also will be doing. In fact, I think I'll be recording one J advanced session today itself, okay? I'm planning to record it today itself, okay? Don't worry about it. Don't say that, Muthu, okay? I will feel bad. I know that already I'm feeling guilty because there are so many exams, and I already told you that there are so many exams that I need to ensure that students are prepared for, and a lot of students are dependent on these exams because some students probably didn't clear few exams, some students are scared of the results. So many things are there. We have to have backup options. I want to make sure every kid studying on this channel enters a good college, be it IIT, be it triple IT, be it BITS, be it NIT. I want to make sure of that, right? Correct. So let's not forget about every student who is going to prepare for it. Let's not be very focused on only one thing. I need to ensure that every kid gets the best of the best college, right? Okay. A train is standing on the platform. A man inside the compartment of the train drops the stone. At the same time, the train starts to move with a constant acceleration. The path of the particle as seen by the person who drops the stone. Okay. A train is standing on the platform. A man inside the compartment of the train drops the stone. Same instant, the train begins with constant acceleration. The path seen by the person who drops. Where is the person dropping? Inside the compartment. So what do you think he will see? What do you think he will see? What do you think he will see? Come on, think about it. See, the train, if it was going with constant velocity, right? Constant velocity. If it drops, the ball also has the same velocity. So it will fall straight down. There will be no back and forth motion. It will directly fall down because there is no pseudo force had the velocity being constant. But the problem is the train moves with a constant acceleration. So for an observer inside the train itself is accelerating. So it is non-inertial frame. It is a non-inertial frame. So what happens is when the person drops a ball, apart from mg, there is also another force which is going to act on it, which is nothing but your pseudo force. So the moment you drop it, understand the ball won't go down, but in fact it will go in this particular direction, which is the direction of the net force. And since it started from rest, the force is in this direction, the acceleration will be in this direction, even the velocity will be in this direction. Hence, the motion of the ball will also be in this particular direction. This is the path taken by the particle. Remember, it has started from rest. The force will be like this. So it will go at an angle, but the path is obviously a straight line. Yes, option C. How many of you said option C? Oops, many of you said straight line, sometimes parabola for the remaining time. No. It is going to be a straight line, my dear students. You made a mistake out there. That's a big blunder. Okay, it is going to be straight line. Why will it be a parabola? It will be parabola for the person standing outside, not for the person standing inside. So maybe it is a parabola for a person standing inside because maybe, that ball, if it had some initial velocity, then because of that the motion will be like this. But actually it won't be even a parabola for a person standing outside. I'll tell you why. Because the person dropped the ball at the same time when the train starts from rest. So the horizontal velocity was also 0. So if there was no horizontal velocity, that means there is only vertical velocity. And for a person standing on the platform, there is only one force, and that is gravity. So the gravity will make it accelerate down. Pseudo force won't be there. So it will be a straight line motion even for a person standing outside, only because the train started from rest and the person dropped the ball at that moment when it was at rest. Okay, after that the train's acceleration won't matter. It's a very good question. I hope you guys understood it. Right? So everybody clear till this point? So if there is only one force, it will go, and it started from rest, it will go in a straight line. If I had given it some initial velocity, then it would have gone in a parabola. But here, remember, the train starts from rest. It starts to move, and it is also mentioned that the stone is dropped. So the velocities are basically 0. So the moment the velocities are 0, it should be a straight line motion. Is that clear? Everybody? Anisha, understood? Clear now? Yes? Perfect. Here in this question, the only additional part was, because the train was accelerating, there was a pseudo force. So pseudo force is also there, gravity is also there. So the net force is at an angle. So the ball won't directly fall down. It will also go at an angle. It will not fall vertically down. It will fall at an angle for the person sitting inside the train. That's the only change. I hope now it is absolutely clear. Is that understood, my dear warriors? Perfect. Very good. Chalo, let's go ahead to the next question. A 3 centimeter high object is in front of a thin lens. So object is 4 centimeters and the image distance is -8 centimeters. The image height is how much? Read the question again and again and see what and all is given. 3 centimeter high object. That means the object height is given. The object is 4 centimeters and the image distance is minus 8 centimeters. So object distance actually. So this is the object distance U and the image distance V is basically 8 centimeters. The image height is how much? Remember the magnification formula, which was nothing but V by U is nothing but image height by your object height. Let's only consider the magnitudes out here because we are only interested in the mod values, not interested in the signs at all. Not interested in the sign at all. So my dear students, over here, what is the value of V? The value of V, image distance is nothing but 8. What is the value of object distance? It is basically 4. What is the value of image height? In fact, that is what I need to find out. What is the value of object height? It is basically 3. 4 and 8 becomes 2. So image height will become 2 into 3, which is basically 6 centimeters. Where is 6 centimeters? Option D. Direct application of magnification formula. Understood? Oh? Clear? Understood? Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. 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 Let's move on to the next question. There is a parallel plate capacitor and it is connected to a cell of EMF V and then it is disconnected from it. So there was a parallel plate capacitor, it was connected to a battery and then it has been disconnected from the battery. So now it is charged, it is storing some energy. Now you put in a dielectric material of some constant which fills that gap. The question is, which of the following is incorrect? Which of the following is not correct? Be very, very careful. Which of the following is not correct? It will be easier to see something which does not have formulas. Whenever you find such questions, do not try to solve or get scared by looking at this expression. Usually such things are correct. So what you do is look at the statements first. It might be easier. The energy stored in the capacitor will decrease k times. Think about it. Well, when you take a capacitor, charge it with this battery, this will develop positive, this will develop negative. You disconnect it, that positive and negative charge will be there. Now you have added that dielectric material over here. Will that charge go anywhere? No, right? The charge will be same. It has to be conserved because it has nowhere to go. This has not been connected to anything. So charge can't go anywhere. So if the charge has to be same, I don't even have to look at option A, B or D. This says the charge is not conserved. This is wrong. In fact, it has to be conserved. So which is incorrect is option C. You don't even have to be worried about other options. Okay? So it is not even connected. Where will the charge come from? Even if you put a dielectric slab, fine, the energy will change, maybe the voltage will change, but where will the charge come from? So there is no way charge can be, accumulated or taken out. So charge has to be conserved. This says not conserved, so it is incorrect. Don't even bother about such questions. So that is how you will quickly solve the questions. Got it, my dear warriors? Got it, all my warriors? Very good, very good. Excellent. Let's go ahead to the next question on your screen. The maximum speed of a particle on a traveling wave is V0. Then the speed of the particle when the displacement is half the maximum value is how much? Now see guys, when you have a traveling wave like this and you consider any particle, the particle goes up and down in a transverse manner. So this is your transverse wave. This is your transverse wave. And any particle P goes up and down. And what does it do exactly? It does SHM. It basically does SHM. So all the things you have learned in SHM are valid, right? Every particle is basically doing SHM. Remember that. Every particle, be it here, every particle is doing SHM. So in this particular question, the maximum speed of the particle is V0. That means the maximum speed of SHM, max speed of a simple harmonic motion. Remember, it was A omega. This A omega is basically V0. That is what is mentioned in the question. Now, the speed of the particle when the displacement is half the maximum value. So, read the question again. Displacement is half the maximum value. The max displacement that can happen is A. So, basically, our displacement is A by 2. Our displacement is A by 2. So, how do I find the speed then? There is an equation for that. Recollect, SHM. Velocity is nothing but omega into a square minus x square under the root. Actually, I can put it like this. A square minus x square under the root. Remember this equation? That's exactly the equation which we need. Perfect. So let's see what is the answer for this. Well, omega from here is V naught by omega. V naught by A. Omega from here is V naught divided by A. So I just substituted omega is V naught by A just from this particular equation. Why did I do that? Because I can say omega is not there everywhere. So I need to get rid of it first. Next thing, the amplitude is A. X value is A by 2. So this will be A square by 4 and this will be nothing but V. That's it. So you can see A will come outside. A will come outside and this A will be there as it is. So this will be root of 1 minus 1 by 4, which is nothing but 3 by 4. A cancels, you will have V naught root 3 divided by 2. So V naught root 3 divided by 2 is option B. Yes, that is the correct answer. No, it is not C. It is option B. Everyone. Hello, Johnny. Hello, everyone. Very good. Very good. Very good, Solitude. Very good, Yashaswini. Very good, Sumati. Yes. Awesome. Oh, you guys said C, is it? Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm seeing it now. I thought you guys answered it correctly. Oops. Many people said C. Now, Shreyas Sir told answer is B. So, everybody has changed the answer. Is it? Okay. So, be very careful. Very, very careful. This equation is very, very important. These are very, very important questions for your VITEEE. Like you can see, these questions can be solved under a minute. These are direct questions. VITEEE is not a difficult exam, but it's a fast exam. It's an exam which tests your patience, it tests your speed, it tests your accuracy, right? That is what it is going to test. Two solid rods held, labeled A and B have the same mass, but the lengths are different. If they rotate about the center with the same frequency, what is the angular kinetic energy of the rod A compared to B? Now see, the kinetic energy of rotation is half I omega square. So, kinetic energy of rod A upon kinetic energy of rod B will be moment of inertia of A upon moment of inertia of B. That is very straightforward. So, this will be, now think about it, the rods have same mass but their lengths are different. Okay, what is the moment of inertia of a rod at the center? It is ml square by 12. So, mass A, length A square by 12. Here, mass B, length B square divided by 12. Everybody fine till here? 12 gets cancelled, mass also gets cancelled. Why? Because it is given same mass. So it will become LA by LB whole square. What is length of A? 3L. What is length of B? 4 times of L whole square. LL gets cancelled, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. So 9 by 16 is option A. That should be correct. It was a very, very direct question. You should just know the formula for moment of inertia. You should just know, okay, rotational kinetic energy is half I omega square. It was clearly mentioned in the question, same frequency, that means omega is same, half is a constant. So directly, kinetic energy is proportional to moment of inertia. And moment of inertia formulas we directly know. Correct. Let's go to the next question, and if you have forgotten to smash the like button, do it right now. If I don't see enough likes, I will not be motivated to take more classes. I will directly go to, okay, some other exam students are interested. Guys, I want to make sure that you like this session because I am planning something really special for all of you, for especially all the VITEEE aspirants, based on the question paper that you guys are going to get, on the day one. Do you want me to make a predictor sure shot model questions based on that? Because it's going to take a lot of effort. Trust me, it's not so easy as JEE Mains. Okay. So if you want me to make such a thing, then you need to like, you need to share this video, you need to subscribe to the channel, you need to comment on this video after the video ends, of course, not in the chats, after the video ends. Okay, so do that. I'll ensure that if you show your love, obviously no teacher is going to hold themselves back. They will put in that extra hard work for all of you. Okay, so do that, or else I won't be motivated for that. Right, moving on. Two beams of light having intensities I and 4i interfere to produce fringe pattern on a screen. The phase difference between the beam is pi/2 at point A and 2pi at point B. Then find out the difference between the resultant intensity at A and B. Okay, so the question on intensity of interfering waves. The generic formula for that happens to be resultant intensity is intensity 1 plus intensity 2 plus 2 times root of I1, I2, and outside that you have cos of the phase difference. So let's go part by part. So for point A, if you talk, the resultant intensity, I don't know. In fact, I will just write it as IA. Therefore, will be I1, which is I, I2, which is 4i, plus 2 times root of I into 4i, and the phase difference is pi/2, cos of pi/2. Okay, so cos 90 is 0, so I plus 4i will become just 5i. So therefore, IA is basically 5i. Similarly, the intensity at point B will be I1 plus I2 plus 2 times the root of I into 4i into cos of, what is it, 2pi. Remember, cos of 90 was 0. Cos of 2pi, what is it? Cos of 0 is 1. So this will become I plus 4i is nothing but 5i plus 4's root is 2, 2 2's are 4. So 4 times of I, which will make it 9i. So therefore, IB is nothing but 9i. But that's not the question. The question is the difference between the intensities. So IB minus IA will be 9i minus 5i, which is basically 4i. Yes, that is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Everybody with me? Cool. Shall we go ahead? Very good. Right. Chalo. Let's go to the next question, guys, coming up on your screen. And here it is. Where did it go? Yeah, this was done. Yes, we did this. Yes, let's do this. Okay, a current carrying 2 centimeter long segment of wire is inside a long solenoid, 4 centimeters, 800 turns per meter, 50 milliamperes. The wire segment is oriented perpendicular to the axis of the solenoid. The current in the wire is this much. Find the magnitude of the magnetic force on this segment. Here, I'll tell you what is exactly happening. Basically, you have a solenoid, something like this, let's say. This is your solenoid. It has some number of turns, some current. All those things are mentioned already. Okay. This is your solenoid. Now you have placed another wire. You have basically placed another wire inside that solenoid, but it is perpendicular to the axis. How is the axis of the solenoid? This is basically the axis of the solenoid, correct? This is basically the axis of the solenoid. You have placed the wire perpendicular to it. That means that wire is basically like this. And that wire carries how much? 12 amperes of current. 12 amperes of current. And how much is the length of that segment? The current carrying 2 centimeter long. Yes, this is 2 centimeters long. So find the force on it. Remember, inside the solenoid, the magnetic field is along the axis. So in order to find out the force, what do? I into length into B, right? Current is nothing but 12. Length is basically 2 centimeters. So these many meters. I just do not know how much is the magnetic field acting on it. ILB is the magnetic force. So how do I find out the magnetic field? The magnetic field is mu naught Ni. Mu naught is 4 pi 10 to the power minus 7. The value of N, turns is how much? 800. So into 800. And the current is 50 milliamperes. So 50 into 10 to the power minus 3. So take this value and substitute it over here. And that's how you get the value of the force. Got it? Everybody? Understood? Clear? Perfect? Very nice. So see how much newtons is it coming out to be. See how many newtons is it coming out to be. See if it is close to 12 micronewtons. Close to 12 micronewtons is what you should get. 12 micronewtons. Okay, after substituting, calculating, you will get it. Direct question on two formulas, mu naught Ni and ILB. Mu naught Ni and ILB. That's all you had to do. Next one, the pressure inside a tire is 4 times of the atmosphere. The tire bursts suddenly and the temperature at temperature 300 Kelvin. What will be the new temperature? Okay, first of all tell me, when the tire will burst and the air will go at a different temperature and the pressure also might change. Question is, what kind of process is this? What kind of process is this? Where do I get so many PYQs from? I have an amazing team, and that is the team Vedantu, and the people who are working day in, day out to find those PYQs. So don't worry about it. We have our ex-students, we have our current students, right? We have our ways of getting these PYQs, and we have our ways of getting sure short questions also by using our machine learning and artificial intelligence. So most of our mock tests these days are based on these machine learning models which predict what kind of questions might come. So that's how these Vedantu mock tests are also designed, right? Yes, it is going to be adiabatic in nature. And when it is adiabatic in nature, when it is adiabatic process, and you want to find the relationship between temperature and pressure, what is the exact relationship? What is the exact relationship, my dear warriors? Yes, it is T into pressure 1 minus gamma upon gamma is basically going to be constant. This is what the relationship will be, right? You can also write it as P into T raised to gamma by 1 minus gamma is constant, one and the same thing. But yeah, this is the basic relationship. So let's use this relationship and see what do we exactly get. What do we exactly get? Temperature. What will be the new temperature? Okay, at 300 Kelvin. So it will be T1 P1 whole raised to 1 minus gamma by gamma is equal to T2 1 minus gamma by gamma. So I want to find the new temperature. So I want to find T2. So it will be T1, and here I will have P1 by P2 whole raised to 1 minus gamma by gamma. T1 is basically 300 Kelvin. P1 by P2, the pressure inside a tire is 4 times that of atmosphere. So P1 is basically 4 times. P1 is basically 4 times of P2. So this was, if say P0, this was 4 times of P0. And this is 1 minus gamma. Now what is air? Air is a diatomic molecule. Air is a diatomic molecule. And for a diatomic molecule, what is the value of gamma? It is 7 by 5. It is basically 7 by 5. So 1 minus 7 by 5 by 7 by 5. So this will become 300 multiplied by P0 cancels. I will just have 4. Just check this out. 5 cancels. 5 minus 7 is minus 2. So minus 2 by 7. That should what it should be. Yes, that is there. Guys, I think there is a slash missing over here. So minus 2 by 7. Yes, answer is D. Answer is D. Very good. No, it is not option A, guys. So in the last option, I think that one slash was missing. One slash was missing because it doesn't make sense, minus 27. So I'll just put a slash over here. Okay. So it was minus 2 by 7. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. What a question, guys. What a question. Usually you get questions in adiabatic process of PV raised to gamma or TV raised to gamma minus 1. Right? But rarely do you get questions on TP raised to 1 minus gamma by gamma. This is one such question which is again going to be very, very popular in these entrance examinations, correct? So let's go to the next question on your screen. Two lenses are there, focal lengths are there. They are separated by some distance. Where do you think the final image of the object is formed? From the first lens, okay? From the first lens. Okay, so let's say this is lens number 1. Let's say this is lens number 2, and distant object, that means the rays are nothing but parallel. The rays are almost like parallel. Okay, the rays are going to be almost like parallel, right? And from this distant object, the rays will obviously, they will converge at the focal point. Where will they converge? They will converge at the focal point. So this is the focal point of the first lens. Focal point of the first lens. The lens's focal length are 20 centimeters. So obviously this has to be nothing but 20 centimeters. But what is given to me is the distance between the lenses is nothing but how much? 60 centimeters. Now this image will act like an object. Wherever the rays meet, that is the image of the first lens. For the next lens, it will be like an object. So what will happen is, treat this like the object for the next lens. Obviously now the distance will be magnitude wise 40 centimeters. You need to find where the image is formed. So using 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. 1 by V I don't know. U is basically minus 40. Focal length is basically 20. It's a convex lens. Perfect. So 1 by V is equal to 1 by 20. Minus minus is plus. Take it on the other side, again becomes minus over here. So LCM is 40, right? So it will become 2 minus 1 over here. So it will become basically 1 by 40. So V is basically 40 centimeters. So the final image is formed over here, I2, again at a distance of 40 centimeters. So the actual question is, from the first lens, how far it is? From this point to this point is nothing but 100 centimeters. 60 plus 40. 60 plus 40 is 100. So that should be the answer, option A. Option A. No, it is not option B. It is not option B. How to remember all these formulas? Please watch my formula revisions class. I just showed it to you on the channel. What did I say? On the channel only, there is a video. There is a video for all of you, right? I just showed it to you. You just have to search for Shreyas Sir formula here. Number 1. Just few days back, there was a session on what are the cutoffs for VITEEE. Just watch that out. Where is it? I think it is in the videos part. Yeah, expected marks cutoff, branch wise cutoff. Just check out this session so that you know what is your safe score for entering into VITEEE. Okay, so I have given you both the solutions. Guys, there is a solution for everything on this channel. We think about the students. Students first, teachers later on. That's how we are, right? Even if we are suffering with something, we still come over here. That's how it is. Oops, what is this question? I think options are missing. Anyways, we'll just solve it thinking that it is an integer type, but actually options should have in there. Maybe it has been misprinted or something. A voltmeter of certain range and resistance can be converted into an ammeter of range 5 amperes by connecting a resistance of dash in parallel. Okay, so let's understand what is happening. So a voltmeter of this resistance and this range. So if you take a voltmeter, at the end of the day, it is nothing but a device which gets deflected when current passes through it. So if the range is 5 volts, and the resistance is 1000 ohms, so that means the maximum current which can flow through it, I can find out by V is equal to I into R. R is basically 1000. So the maximum current which can pass through it is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 amperes, which is as good as 5 milliamperes. That's the max current which can go inside that voltmeter. So now when I use this particular voltmeter, of 1 kilo ohm, which can allow only 5 milliamperes passing through it. So I want to convert it into a ammeter of 5 amperes range. I will connect a resistance in shunt like this. So this is my shunt resistance. The current which is entering inside should be 5 amperes, and the shunt will bypass most of the current, and 5 amperes is much larger than 5 milliamperes. So most of the current of 5 amperes is just going to pass from the shunt resistance. Is that right? Most of the current will just pass through the shunt resistance and it will be collected back over here, right? So the current passing through this is just 5 milliamperes. Oh, the beautiful thing about this problem is now that this one and this one are in parallel. Can you see that? Both of them are in parallel, and in parallel what happens? The voltage is same. The voltage is same. That means V, which is IR, is basically same. So what is the current through the shunt resistance? 5. What is the shunt resistance? RS. Similarly think, what is the current through the voltmeter or the gallon meter? It is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 amperes. Resistance 1 kilo. So 1 into 10 to the power 3 ohms. 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 3 cancels. 5 also cancels. So what is the value of RS that I will get? I will get it as 1 ohm, my dear warriors. I shall get it as 1 ohm, my dear warriors. Everybody understood this? Perfect. Yes. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Right? Great. So a resistance of 1 ohm in parallel. Next question. Let's go to. Okay. Next we have English, guys. Are you ready for English? Are you ready for English? Ready for it? Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. Ready for it? English? Come on, smash the like button quickly. Quickly. Yes. And if you have already smashed it, light up the chat box. Light up the chat box. Rohit Bitside will also come. Okay. So let's get ready for English also. Okay. So what does this say? Choose the grammatically correct sentence among the following. Okay. So come on guys, see, read all the statements. If you read only, you will feel it. If I say it, it's not going to make sense. If you talk in English, if you speak in English, if you read books, if you read newspapers, if you watch English movies, series, 100% this will become easy. She only had invited 6 people to the party. She invited 6 people only to the party. She only invited 6 people to the party. She invited only 6 people to the party. Oh my God. Everything might mean different things. What do you think is the most appropriate, phrase? I mean, just imagine if somebody has to say, you know what, you have invited very few people. You did not invite many people. And you did not bother to throw the party to a lot of people. You just invited very few people. How will you say it? She only had invited. That is like complaining. She only invited. Ma'am, he only did this, ma'am. Sir, he only was the person who hit me. Understanding? So that is like blaming somebody. She invited 6 people only to the party. No, that is not grammatically correct also. She only invited 6 people. I think, is this the same thing? She only had is past tense. She only invited, right? Only the tense is different. So both A and C are wrong. She invited only 6 people. Only 6, right? So that is why it should be option D. 6 people only is a wrong way of saying it. Wrong way of saying it. 6 people only. No, that's wrong. He was dash young man with a great spirit when he joined this organization. Okay, you just have to fill probably the correct article over here, or you are going to describe the young man over here by using the word about. He was about young man. About young man. He was a young man. He was an young man. He was the young man. What do you think is the correct answer? Young, guys. You might think, why is a consonant, not a vowel? So there should be a or the, but no, it's pronounced differently. Remember, just like an hour. Even though H-O-U-R starts with H, consonant, but you still use an, right? Because of the sound it makes, like a vowel sound. So same way, young, right? So that U sound comes, it's a vowel. So you'll use C. Okay. A young. He was a young man. He was an young man. Okay. Yes, be careful. Moving on to the next one. When the police spotted a tramp near the crime scene, they kicked the bucket, smelt a rat, hit the nail on the head, found their feet. What do you think is the most appropriate thing? Come on, think. Kicked the bucket, smelt a rat. What did the police do when they spotted a tramp near the crime scene? That means they found what? That means they understood something. When they saw a tramp near the crime scene, that means they have cracked it. That means they understood what was going on. And the phrase which tells that, okay, finally you nailed it, finally you understood what is happening, at that crime scene, then you say you found your feet, you found their feet. That is the phrase which is used when you have to convey the message that, okay, I have understood it, I have cracked it, I have finally, made sense out of it. So the police have spotted, the tramp near the crime scene. So they were able to figure out what exactly was happening. So you have figured it out, basically. Yeah, that's the meaning of it. You found your feet. Obviously, the feet is with you always. Remember, understand what the phrase means. You found your feet means not like your feet was walking somewhere and you were somewhere and the feet came towards you. Oh, sir, I found my feet. The feet was always with you. It's like the evidence was always with you, but you never looked. And then finally, like, oh, my feet is here. Oh, the evidence was right here. So that's what it basically means. Okay, clear? Let's go ahead to the next one. The cost of the raw material has risen sharply. Dash, this increase has been passed on to the consumer. What do you think? What do you think will be the correct phrase? Just put in each of these words, you will only understand which is the best word which will fit in. The cost of the raw materials has risen sharply. Besides, this increase has been passed. Besides is like you're ignoring something and moving on to something. I don't think so. The cost of raw materials has risen sharply, even though this increase has been passed to the consumer. No, I mean, this should be the reason, this should be the cause and this should be the effect of it. This doesn't make sense. However, the cost of the raw materials has risen sharply. However, this increase has been passed to the consumer. Accordingly, this increase has been passed to the consumer. What do you think is the right one? What do you think is the right one? Accordingly or however? A lot of you will be confused over here only. A and B obviously is wrong. The cost of the raw materials has risen sharply. However, this increase has been passed on to the consumer. Accordingly, this increase has been passed on to the consumer. What do you think is the most appropriate one? What do you think is the most appropriate one? Yes, come on, my dear warriors, think about it. The cost of the raw materials has risen sharply. Accordingly, this increase has been passed. Sounds right, but I'm also thinking it could be however at this point of time. However also could be possible. However, this increase has been passed on to the consumer accordingly. Both these things kind of make sense, but why have they marked option C? Probably because the cost of the raw material has risen sharply. However, this increase, I have a feeling, I'll get back to you on this, okay? I'll get back to you on this. Yeah, between C and D. Let me also think why they would have put C or why not D, because it feels like this should have caused this. This should have caused this. However, it doesn't seem to be so right over here because no, it doesn't make sense. It should have been accordingly. It should have been accordingly. So ignore this for now. Most likely it should have been D only. Yes, most likely it should have been D, right? Which of the following sentences is grammatically correct? If I were the president of the country, I will have straight away rejected the proposal. If I were the president of the country, I would have straight away rejected the proposal. Okay, almost similar things, but I will have, I would have, right? That is what the difference is. And the difference is also here. If I were, if I was, if I was, if I were, will, would, was, were. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. What do you think is the best statement? Which of the following is most grammatically correct? If I were the president of the country, I will have, I will have doesn't sound also right. I would have straight away rejected the proposal. If I were your teacher, I would have taught this to you like this. If I was, no, if I were the something, then I would have done this. That is most appropriate over here. So I think it should be option B. Yes, it is option B. If I were in the best coaching, then I would have cracked this examination. That's how you say it. Okay. Teaching unruly children in nursery class is a very, what kind of job? What kind of job? Come on, my dear warriors. What kind of job it is? Very, very nursery kids. They are very noisy. They do not sit at one place. So the teachers in nursery, what do they get? They get very tired. They get very exhausted. So basically D should be the correct one, I feel. Yes, exhausting job. It's a very exhausting job because you are tired at the end of the day, because the kids are running around, they are pulling, hitting, playing random things. Not like you guys who sit at one place. Shravani, yes, I'll be doing something for UGEE also. I read your comment. I'll definitely be doing it. Hold on for that. Okay. Just give me a day or two. Arey, why did the answer come directly? The question is there later on, is it? No, I think the answer came directly. The meeting has been put off till next month. Hasn't it, is it, isn't it? The meeting has been put off till next month. Is it? No. Isn't it? No. Has it? The meeting has, hasn't it? Is, isn't it? So if there is has, hasn't it? That's all. That's all. The meeting has been put off. That means the meeting has been postponed. The JEE exam has been put off till next month. Hasn't it? You won't say isn't it. We'll say hasn't it, because has been used over here. Okay. Next, relationship based questions. Relationship based questions. Angler is to bait, mouse is to mousetrap, language is to code, hunter is to decoy, treasure is to map. Two questions together. Next is ascetic is to luxury, then teacher is to classroom, capitalist is to communist, misogynist is to woman, musician is to composition. Angler is to bait. What is the meaning of the word angler? Basically a person who fishes using those rods and all that. You are fishing something. So a person who does it, and what does that person do? He keeps a bait. So you attach some worm on that fishing rod, and that is the bait, and you put that fishing rod and you have that pulley system with the thread, and you put it in the water, you have set the bait and you fish using that bait and that fishing rod. So he's the person who is doing this act by setting up the bait. Is mouse going to lay the mouse trap? Obviously not. The mouse trap is laid by somebody else. A lot of people think that option A will be correct. No, it will not be correct. What about language is to code? I don't think so. Treasure is to map? No. Hunter is to decoy. Yes, the hunter will set a decoy to trap something, maybe to trap the tiger. You want to trap a tiger, so you are the hunter, you set up a trap, just like the angler sets the bait. Understood? So I think it should be B option. We'll find it out. Ascetic is to luxury. What is the meaning of the word ascetic? Ascetic means basically you are living a very simple life. You are not bothered by luxury. So in fact, it is the opposite of the word luxury. Teacher, classroom. How is teacher opposite of the classroom? Capitalist opposite communist, not necessarily. Musician is to composition, not necessary. Misogynist is to woman. Yes, correct. I think it should be option C. Yep, perfect. Hunter is to decoy and misogynist is to woman. Right, perfect. Moving on to the next one. Each of the question has a word followed by 4 choices. From the choices, select the synonym. Apprehension's synonym, a word similar to apprehension, a word similar to amenable, a word similar to amenable. Come on, my dear warriors. Think carefully. Think carefully. What should be the right one? Think carefully. Gokul, for the previous one, misogynist means somebody who is against woman. He's a misogynist. That means he does not like the idea of feminism. He does not like the idea of womanhood. That's it. So that's opposite of it. Somebody who hates luxury, ascetic. Somebody who hates classroom is not a teacher. Somebody who hates communism is not necessarily a capitalist, right? You can be something else, socialist also. Somebody who hates composition is not a musician. Somebody who hates woman is a misogynist. It's like opposites. Okay, I hope you got it, right? Apprehension. This is my apprehension. You know, maths is my apprehension. I'm very apprehensive about maths, meaning I'm very scared. I am fearful. I dread maths. That's how it is. For me, during my JEE days, I used to dread biology. For me, biology was a scary subject. I never used to get those diagrams and those complicated names. So biology was my apprehension. So I think it should be dread, not gratitude. Apology and punishment doesn't even make sense. Amenable. Amendment. Amendment means correction. Amenable means correctable. You are able to change. You are able to change. Religious, masculine, proud doesn't even make sense. Agreeable. It's amenable. We can agree upon it. We can change it by mutual agreement. So I think it should be agreeable. Just check it out. Yes, it is agreeable, and this is dread. Very good. No, it is not proud. It is D. Yeah. Yes, perfect. Vardhan, I'll make a special video for JEE Advanced. Hold on, okay? I'll tell you what and all is needed. By the way, this is your homework question. Just make sure you type in the answers in the comment section. Okay, so that's your homework question. I'll not show you the solution of this. And remember, there is VITEEE test series which you can still make use of. These are predictor based mock tests which are based on the current syllabus and the current pattern, which will give you the exact feel and the look of the VITEEE examination. I have been telling this again and again. It's not the syllabus which matters for scoring a good rank, but what matters is how many mock tests and how you time the questions. Your speed, accuracy matters the most. So make sure you are used to these mock tests definitely. Yeah, it's just for 499 rupees. You can check out the link which is there in the description box below as you are watching this particular video. So when you watch this particular video, you will be able to see this right in the description box right over here, right? Maybe it is seen somewhere else for all of you. Check this out. VITEEE test series. Click on this link. All India mock tests, 6 full and 4 part tests curated by our experts based on current syllabus and 360 analysis, so that you will know where you stand. You will get all the subjects obviously, and you can just click on buy full course for 499, enter your details, and you are sorted. This is all India level test series, so make sure you are giving it, guys. This is your last chance, last final call. After this, the time will run out. Okay, so that's your VITEEE mock test series for VITEEE examination. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And if you like more, I will take up a special session for VITEEE. And tonight I will be obviously doing the hacks and the cheat codes for VITEEE because negative marks are not there. So obviously guessing makes a lot of more sense, right? So see you tonight, and God bless you all. Share this video and get more students to the channel, because this is your channel, the #1 JEE English channel in South India, and obviously the only JEE English channel in the country. Thank you so much. This is Captain Shreyas signing off. Bye bye. Take care. Hasta la vista.